Welcome to ISE's FX Options Weekly Outlook, a weekly outlook on the US dollar versus the major currencies, hosted by Jason Ayres, a top industry instructor and founder of OptionSource.net. Learn to trade your views on the strength or weakness of the US dollar.
Welcome to the ISE FX Options Weekly Outlook for March 2nd, 2009. I'm your host, Jason Ayres, founder and president of OptionSource.net. As always, we're going to take a look at our weekly U.S. dollar index. This is a great way to gain perspective as to how the U.S. dollar has been trading against a basket of currencies. As you can see here, the U.S. dollar index retraced mildly at the beginning of the week, but came back strong to close within that 88-89 focal zone. Another rejection here will likely see the U.S. dollar index looking for support back down within that 84-85 range. However, a break and a close above 89 opens the window for a test of that 90-92 box. A quick look at a daily snapshot reflects the strong support at 86, but clearly illustrates an apprehension to break out, making a close above 89 an important move for any upside confirmation. Well, with that in mind, let's take a look at our ISE FX options pair values. Now, the U.S. dollar had a strong week against the Canadian dollar, as seen here in our pair value CDD. Now, we had a clean break above that 127 level. However, a mild pullback after such a bold move could yield another test of the upper range of that 122-124 focal zone. However, this latest move does lend further credibility to a test of 130. Next up, the YUK, the U.S. versus the Japanese yen. Well, we witnessed an aggressive move to the upside as the YUK tested a resistance at 98.99. Now, after such a move, a natural retracement may yield a retest of that 95-96 focal zone. However, a break above 99 is likely to test that 101-102 box. Well, the EUI, the U.S. versus the Euro, maintained support at the 77-78 focal zone, which suggests a high probability of testing that 80-81 focal zone. Now, a continued pullback in the EUI does open the window for a test of the lower support within that 75-76 range. Well, the BPX, the U.S. versus the British pound, is having a hard time overcoming resistance at the 70-71 focal zone, which does open the window for a test of support back down at 68-69. Now, a break above 71 will have us targeting the 72-73 box to the upside. And finally, let's take a look at the AUX, the U.S. versus the Australian dollar. Well, last week we identified this bullish continuation pattern known as a continuation diamond. Now, as you can see here, we actually pulled back to find support within that 152-154 focal zone. We did break higher. However, we have not yet seen the continuation that we've expected. Now, if we do maintain a position above this level here, then the window is open for a push towards that 160-162 box. Any further retracement is likely to play back down into that 146 to 148 range. Let's take a look at a few of our key points. First of all, the U.S. dollar index retraced and then retested that 88-89 focal zone once again. Resistance is strong here, and although there seems to be some loss of momentum, a break and a close above 88.5 will support a move into that 90-92 focal zone. The CDD continues its push to 130. There is a mild resistance at 128. However, momentum appears strong to the upside. On the YUK, we saw a bold move to the upside last week, although our indicators are suggesting continued strength. A natural retracement is probable. On the EUI, we see a continued consolidation above 78. However, our indicators are showing some weakness here, suggesting the possibility of a further retracement. The BPX is hitting some resistance at 70.5. A break and a close above this level will likely lead to a test of 74. And finally, the AUX appears to have formed a bullish continuation diamond, suggesting the possibility of a push higher. We're looking for a break and a close above 158 to lend further credibility to the possibility of this upside move. And this has been your ISE FX Options Weekly Outlook for the week of March 2nd, 2009. I'm your host, Jason Ayres, founder and president of OptionSource.net. Thanks for joining me here this week.
Thank you for participating in this week's session. Please join us again next week. For more information about Jason Ayres and to sign up for free FX options trade alerts, just visit www.optionsource.net. To learn more about ISE FX options, including our weekly webinar series, visit us at www.ise.com/fx. ISE FX options can easily be traded through all options-enabled brokerage accounts. These exchange-listed securities are cash-settled in U.S. dollars and have a European-style exercise.